The rise of Boko Haram, origins in Borno State, Maiduguri. In the early 2000s, Maiduguri, the capital of Borno State in northeastern Nigeria, was a city shaped by poverty, unemployment, and deep public distrust of government. Decades of corruption and neglect had left many young people with little access to education, jobs, or opportunity. It was in this environment that a young preacher named Mohammed Yusuf began building a following. Mohammed Yusuf was charismatic and well-read, trained in Islamic scholarship, but also familiar with Western political and philosophical ideas, which he used, ironically, to argue against them. Around 2002, he founded a religious movement based in Maiduguri, formerly known as Jama'atu Ahli Sunnah Lidahwati wal Jihad, people committed to the propagation of the Prophet's teachings and jihad. Locals gave it a simpler name, Boko Haram, often translated as Western education is forbidden. Yusuf established a mosque and religious complex called Markaz Ibn Taymiyyah, which included a school. He preached that the Nigerian state was corrupt and illegitimate, that Western-style education and secular governance were tools of oppression, and that true justice could only come through strict application of Sharia law. For many young, unemployed men in Borno, his message offered structure, meaning, and a sense of belonging that the state had failed to provide. Throughout the mid-2000s, tensions grew between the group and local authorities. Yusuf's followers refused to cooperate with secular institutions. Some withdrew their children from state schools, avoided government jobs, and lived in increasingly isolated communities. Security forces viewed the group with suspicion, and sporadic clashes began to occur. The breaking point came in July 2009. A dispute over a motorcycle helmet law in Bauchi State escalated into violent clashes between Boko Haram members and police. The unrest spread quickly to Borno, Yobe, and Kano states. Over 5 days, fighting between the group and Nigerian security forces left an estimated 700 to 800 people dead. The Nigerian military laid siege to Boko Haram's compound in Maiduguri. Mohammed Yusuf was captured by Nigerian security forces. Hours later, he was dead, killed while in police custody. Nigerian authorities initially claimed he was killed attempting to escape. Human rights groups and later evidence pointed to an extrajudicial execution. His death was intended to end the movement. Instead, it transformed it. With its founder dead and its compound destroyed, Boko Haram appeared crushed. But underground, a new leader emerged, Abubakar Shekau, a former deputy to Yusuf, known for his uncompromising and violent rhetoric. Where Yusuf had built a religious and social movement, Shekau rebuilt it as an armed insurgency, turning to guerrilla attacks, bombings, and later, mass kidnappings. Most infamously, the abduction of over 270 schoolgirls from Chibok in 2014. What began as a local religious movement rooted in genuine grievances, poverty, corruption, and a broken relationship between the state and its citizens, became one of the deadliest insurgencies in Africa, displacing millions and destabilizing an entire region. The story of Boko Haram's origins is in many ways the story of Borno State itself, a place where unmet needs and institutional failure created space for extremism to take hold.